All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Long time no see. My name is Chris, and this is We Love Comics. Been an interesting 2 weeks or so. Got severely sick to the point where 2 Saturdays ago, I tried to get myself medicated enough to go see the Deadpool Wolverine movie because I had pre-purchased the tickets back in May, and I didn't want to miss it. And about halfway through the movie, I was getting extreme chills, couldn't breathe, and had to leave the movie theater. First time in my life I ever had to do that. And I was pretty much bedridden for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And then with that tropical storm, which that's all it was when it hit our area. Normally tropical storms are no big deal and the winds weren't a problem, but the flooding was so bad that it literally went to the bottom step of my house and was about 3 inches away from flooding my entire house. So you want to talk about dodging some bullets? Yeah, that was fun. Um, I want to thank everybody for leaving all the kind words and everything. I appreciate it. And yeah, my main concern, even while I was sick, was making sure all the stray cats were okay. I set up tables and everything outside because literally the water surrounded my house front and back. If it wasn't for the fact that my house is elevated about 2 feet off the ground, our house would have been flooded. And there was nowhere for the cats to go, so I set up a bunch of tables and stuff for them to hang out on until a day and a half to 2 days later when the drainage finally came down. But yeah, that was interesting. So anybody that left the kind words, thank you very much. And as far as the stray cats, they're my life. So I will make sure they did not go without food. I even let one or two of them stay indoors that, could be able to stay indoors during that storm. But yeah, that was quite fun. So needless to say, that's why I haven't been making videos in about a week and a half. And we're going to try and get back into the swing of things. I'm still not 100%. So if you hear me cough or anything, it is what it is. And unfortunately, with my illnesses, see, I am one extreme or the other. I either don't get sick at all, or if I get sick, it brings me to my deathbed. It's that serious. So I think I had about 103, 104 temperature. I didn't even want to check, but I was so dehydrated that I was sweating to death. And then instantly, if I removed myself from the covers, I would be in chills and shivering. So it was basically torture for a couple of days straight. But as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I actually just made a couple of comic deals the past couple of days. One just being about 15 minutes ago, made a deal on eBay, saved a couple of $100 on a key book. So deals are out there. And one of the things about I love buying on eBay, even when you're sick and bedridden, if you have a laptop, you can still do business. So soon, probably in another month or two, I might do another auction. We'll have to see. But people have been keeping up with their payments. One person made the complete payment, and they should have received their book already. So if you're that person, I don't want to mention anybody's name. If you're that person that received the book, if you do a live unboxing, I don't know if you have a video channel or not, but if you do on a live unboxing, make sure you post a link to my most recent video at the time, and I'll make sure we share it so other people can see and maybe subscribe to your channel. So while we're waiting for a couple of people to realize that I am back in black, if you want to critique the AI art, that's awesome. Still only at 12 Patreon members. I'm very grateful for those 12, but if we can get up to 20, I have those contests that I'm going to start giving away stuff. Every month we have at least 20 paid members. So if you want to join my Patreon, go to patreon.com/WeLoveComics. Help support the channel. And most of the money, I'm going to be honest, most of the money is going to go towards helping all the stray cats that I take care of, buying food and, shelter and things like that, making sure they have, I even make sure that they get filtered water. So money pretty much goes towards cat food and helping the stray animals. So, um, if you want to enter the contest, like I said, once we get to 20 paid members, I'll do a raffle every single month. And you don't have to have a minimum other than the minimum to join anybody's Patreon, which is $2 a month. But and I'll show you right now, for every $2 that you apply to your monthly Patreon account to We Love Comics, you'll get one entry. So if you just do the $2, you get one entry. You do $4, you get 2 entries, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's my way of saying thank you to those who are caring enough to do that. And let's give a shout out because as of now, even though we don't have the 20, I'd give a shout out in every single video. Normally, I just do your first name because I don't want to give out somebody's full information. But if, like, two of the people on this list, if you want me to promote, a YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram page, or anything like that, instead of just your name, let me know, and I have no problem with doing that. So shout out to Carl, Sith, Scott, Michael B, Kevin W, James R, Herbert R, Dan L, Kim N, Annabelle N. If you have Facebook, go to Stephen L. Turk, author, Darth Bleak. So it's Stephen L. Turk, author, on his Facebook page. Um, I'm going to be naming the contest winner because there was only one person that entered. But if in the next couple of days somebody wants to enter, this person was kind enough. I mean, it wasn't even his idea; it was my idea. Um, that he's giving away one of his books signed. So, I'm going to give it another day or two because I really feel bad that only one person signed up. Check the video I did about a week and a half ago. You'll see like a book with an eye on it. You'll see a witch reading a book with an eye as the thumbnail. Enter that contest. Help this person. Help promote his book. Like I said, I feel bad only one person entered. And if in another couple of days, if no one else enters, I'm just going to give it to that one person. But I want to make sure this person gets some followers because, writing a book is not easy. So Stephen L. Turk, author, on Facebook. And then last but not least, if you have Instagram, go to Silver Age Surfer _comics. Tell both of them that We Love Comics sent you because they do appreciate it. Trust me on this. I get messages from Silver Age Surfer all the time. So give a shout out. Join patreon.com/We Love Comics. There's all the contest levels from starting at 20 paid members up and up. So we got to get to 20. Right now we're stuck at 12. So if you know anybody that wants to contribute, just join at patreon.com/We Love Comics. Still looking to do some trades. I have yet to do a trade, even though I acquired one of my grails on this list, but it wasn't via trade. Amazing Fantasy 15, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, first print, and etc. that you see there. I'm willing to trade any of my comics. I have a video that shows several graded books that I'd be willing to trade, but anything is at least up for consideration, including Star Wars action figures and collectibles that you see on my shelves. So if you think something that's on my shelves will make a deal happen, at least ask me. Worst I could say is no. So contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. It's a way for two parties to not have to spend any money because I'm trading several books or maybe one book, depending, for one of your books. So there's no cash being transferred. So you can be able to acquire books that you love without spending money. You literally will save multiple $100s in taxes because if you buy a $5,000 book on eBay, it's going to cost you over roughly around $350 in taxes. So that's extra money in your pocket. And then at the end of the year, you don't have to worry about paying extra taxes on your income reports because you cannot be taxed on trades. I wish more people would do it. I have not acquired one yet, but I'm not a person that gives up. So if you have any of these books or knows anybody that has any of these books, contact me. Let's make something happen. Let's show the comic book community that you don't need money to get the things that you have. So, with that being said, let's put on the video camera. I actually have two of them in these lovely manila envelopes. This one, they were at least nice enough to mark it for Gilly. That's French for fragile. But I mean, as you could see, this isn't exactly in the greatest of condition, especially this concerns me. So, I mean, they were nice enough to write thank you. But I always tell people, when you buy anything, especially on eBay, make sure you notify them and say, "Hi, I'd like it to be mailed in a box." I mean, be nice. But you can see it does not always work, but a lot of times it does. All right, so let's see which one this is. I love when they send the receipt that has no information on it. So that's helpful. That's definitely useful. All right, so it looks like it may not have been damaged. Thank goodness for that. But we'll find out. That's why I like doing this live. And I should be having some TGX unboxings at the end of this coming week. They were behind a little bit, but they sent me they're sending me 2 different months worth of books. So I don't know if it'll be at the same time or not, but if anything, at least we'll have some of those videos. All right, so this looks pretty decent. They put it in a top loader, which I don't love because it does not have a regular bag and board. So I'll have to switch that out. So this is probably about a 5.5 to a 6.5 range. I mean, it does have a couple of color breaking ticks, but that's allowed. I thought for the price of this, it was absolutely worth it. It was a buy it now. I'm surprised no one bought it. It was a newly listed book. We have Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. That's issue number 134. That is the first, I believe this one is the first full appearance of Darkseid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or this could, no, this is actually the cameo appearance. But this one is more popular for some reason. I mean, the other one is the Forever People #1. They're both tied, but I think this one tends to be the more popular one. For the price I got this for me, it was just a no-brainer. I mean, there's no Darkseid coming as far as I know. But I mean, this one, that's a key major DC villain. They just haven't utilized them in the movies correctly. They tried to, but that was in you know, the Jack Schneider reboot kind of thing, or whatever, the 4-hour movie. But I think Darkseid and also Brainiac, they need to bring those two to the DC cinematic universe. But yeah, PG Age Zombie says I'm not a fan of those either. Yeah, because these are basically useless. Because everything can get in here. Bugs can get in here. Mold can get in here. Air. So you never know what falls in. But like I said, I'll switch it out, and then I'll put it in this top loader. So top loaders are good if you have it in a bag and board and use the top loader as added security, if you will. It doesn't really provide too much because it's going to bend, but it looks nicer that way. But just having a raw comic in a top loader, if you have that, I highly recommend putting a bag and board, and then you could put it in a top loader. Don't leave them out raw like this because, like I said, this top is now subject to any elements, so I'll switch that out. So for me, it was a buy it now for $50. And with shipping and handling and taxes, it came out to $58.28. So for under $60, now you could see, you might not be able to see, but there's about 7 or 8 small little ticks along the spine. But other than that, I mean, look at the colors of this book. This book came out around, I would say around between 72 and 74. So this is a Bronze Age book. But the first appearance of Darkseid, to me, this is a no-brainer. For $58 and 28 cents, not going to complain. So you know what? Let's look at the back. Might as well, since this thing. All right, so the back looks pretty darn good. Let's check the centerfold. Looks like off-white pages. Centerfold is intact, so the staples are all intact. So overall, like I said, probably between a 5.5 and a 6.5. I don't know if I'd be getting this graded right now, but still, for under $60 to me, I think this one was a no-brainer to purchase. But it did arrive safely, so to me, that's a good thing. So let's put this to the side. I got one more. I don't know why people send these in these envelopes, but, I guess they do it to save money, to try and cheap their way out. .333 says raw in a top loader is about insane as that pickup. Good on you. Thank you. All right, this one feels like it's at least got some cardboard in it. Well, that one had cardboard, but it was very thin. All right, so at least, and I always tell people, if they could place several thick pieces of cardboard on both sides. So even though they didn't mail it in a box, they at least did that. So, like I said, communication is key. And, sometimes people will listen, sometimes they won't. This particular person kind of, I guess you'd say half listened. But as long as the comics arrive safely, that's all I care about. And obviously, if we sell comics or buy comics, we tend to reuse these. So these are nice, very thick pieces of cardboard. I will be reutilizing those. All right, looks good. Of course, I'm going to open this up and I'll explain why. So we got Conan number 24. which is the first full appearance of Red Sonja. No movies or anything or TV shows as far as I'm aware of. If you guys know me, it's got a different type. I wonder if this is even rarer. But it's a Mark Julis variant. Well, this is absolutely a different advertisement from them. So, if anybody knows, and they'll show a little, that's the back of the advertisement, a little risque for a kid's book back in the 60s. I guess some kids probably had a good time with this book. But I'll show you the coupon's intact. Peace Officer Training Service. So, interesting. So that's not part of the Mark Jewelers. It's the middle part, which would explain why there's a separate coupon. So I wonder if this is national. It's called Military Men National Diamond Sales. I wonder if that's different than Mark Jewelers. If anybody knows, let me know. Um, Interesting. It does have pressable defects. It's got a bunch of folds, like you could see right there, bunch of folds, but those are non-color breaking creases. So a pressing would absolutely help this book. It's got some notches, as you could see on the edge. I guess can't say somebody was hungry, but overall looks pretty good. If anybody knows about that, National Diamond Sales, all the advertisements are there, no coupons cut out. So with this being a Mark Jewelers, probably about, after a pressing, this would probably be about a 5.5 to a 6.0. How much would you have paid for this book? Now, this, of course, like I said, is the first full appearance of Red Sonja. 23 is her cameo appearance. I won this for $75. And with shipping and handling, it came out to $82.38. So I thought, especially because you guys know me, before this year, I've only owned one Mark Jewelers. Actually, no, two Mark Jewelers. And I started collecting comics back in the late 80s. Got back into comics around 2015, at the end of 2015, and only had two Mark Jewelers variants. Now I got probably 40. So I'm collecting a lot of these Mark Jewelers. Now there's a lot of Mark Jewelers out there for common books. I mean, you'll find them on eBay for $4 to $6. I stay away from those. I tend to buy key issues. Now, is this a major key issue? Not really, but still known character. Red Sonja is pretty popular, especially if you're a Conan the Barbarian fan. And I absolutely love the early Conan series. I mean, to me, Conan #1 from 1970, with Barry Winslow Smith's cover, is, in my opinion, arguably his best artwork I've ever seen. Like, I did not like his artwork when he was at Valiant, but I love Conan #1 with his artwork. The colors, just the way it was drawn, beautiful. So if you're a Conan fan, you're going to absolutely love books like this, especially with Red Sonja's first appearance. Like I said, issue 23 is her first cameo. This is the first full one. Full, with some exceptions, like the other book I just showed. The full appearance tends to be worth more. But I don't know if she's on the cover of issue 23, but she's absolutely right there on the cover of 24. So for $82 for a Mark Jewelers variant, with a lot of pressable defects, to me, I think that was a no-brainer. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you think about this. And oh, by the way, if you look in the live chat, if you're interested in ordering any of my comic book mystery boxes, each mystery box will have 20 comics, ranging from a basic package of $25, where it's all generic comics, but you'll absolutely get more than what you're paying for, because cover price of the books will be worth more than the $25 that you're paying, but it's all basic reader comics for people who just want to have a bunch of comics to read, up to a platinum series That's $5,000. Now, with a $5,000, you could get graded books, but you'll get key issues. You know, you might get books like this, for example, or like signed books. You definitely won't get generic comics with those. And there's a bunch in between. So click on the link, check it out. And if you want to see some of the people's videos that did unboxings buying from my mystery boxes, just go on YouTube search engine and type in "We Love Comics" mystery box, and you'll see at least 3 or 4 YouTubers that made videos showing the books. So you can see I give quality for what you're paying for. As a matter of fact, many a time when I pick the books, I think I'm not giving enough. And every time I've had a package sent out, everybody says it's probably the best that they've ever had. And if you've ever ordered a mystery box from me, put it in the comments section. Let people know your honest opinion of what you thought. But everybody tells me it's like the best packages they've seen, and that's with me saying I don't feel like I'm giving enough, and people are more than happy. So check it out, but go to my website. When you click on the website, it'll take you, because I also make like pyramids and soaps and stuff like that. Just scroll down near the bottom, you'll see the comic book section. Order right there from the website. So that's my 2 comics. Luckily, they both did arrive safely. You always get nervous when you get those padded envelopes because you never know, especially that first one you saw those bends. But luckily, neither comic got damaged, and to me, that's a beautiful thing. So if you want to critique my AI art, I'd love to hear your opinion. Join my Patreon at patreon.com/we love comics for $2 minimum, which is minimum for anybody to join anyone's Patreon. You'll get a shout out every video. And if we can get to 20 paid members each month, as you can see, there's different tiers of giveaways I'll give away. $2 for every $2 you put in, you get an entry. So if you put a $50 Patreon, you'll get a 25 entries into each contest every month. And even if you win, you're still eligible the next month as long as you're a paid member. So you'll have a chance every single time. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. I don't get comments very often. Let's make a trade happen. And let's give our shout out to the people in the live chat. Since there's not many people, because like I said, I haven't done a video in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I'm sure many people may have thought, I'm sure some people hoped I died, but um, I obviously disappeared for a while, but now you guys know why. But GTK Comic, Douglas Boggs, The Bronze Page Comics, PGH Zombie, Coin333. All of you are today's surprise subscriber shout out. That's my way of saying thank you for joining. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to post a link to your YouTube channel or to a specific video, you can do that. If you have a social media network you'd prefer to list instead, you could do that instead. Or if you sell anything on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, any of those places, and you want to post a link to one of your sales, you can do that. I'll leave it up to you. Doesn't have to be comic book related, but those are going to do the best here on a comic book channel. But as long as it's friendly to all ages, it doesn't have to be comic book related. So if you have a YouTube channel that talks about, sweaters, and you have a Instagram account that talks about seashells, and you sell, umbrellas on your eBay account, as long as it's something for all ages, I have no problem with sharing it. So post a link in the comment section once it uploads onto YouTube. Just keep in mind, all links will go directly to spam. This keeps trolls and spammers from putting inappropriate links onto my account, so you don't have to worry about clicking on something and it taking you somewhere inappropriate. So if you do see a link, it means I did personally approve it, and it will take you exactly where it's supposed to go. So support those people and show them what a real comic book community is all about. One thing I highly recommend is don't just post a link. Um, Introduce yourself. Let people know if they click on the link where it's going to take them to. Show some appreciation and everything. Sell yourself. You just post a link, probably not going to get anybody click. And if you look at my videos, especially these days, I get maybe 200 viewers at best. So I don't have a lot of people as it is. So make it easier by putting the effort in. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And again, thank you to all the kind words that you've given me after what happened the past 2 weeks. I'm starting to feel better. and we'll start getting back to some regular scheduled videos. So if you appreciated this one, you want to give it a thumbs up, that's awesome. Thumbs down, perfectly fine. And leave a comment after the beep. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Oh yeah, Point333 says I clicked on the link to check it out, and link went to the cool pyramids. Yeah, it'll take you to my web store. It'll have pyramids. They're called Orgon pyramids that I make. Those are all personally made by me. You just scroll down to the bottom section, and you'll see the comic book section. So if you click on it and see pyramids, you're in the right place. Just scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see the comic book section. So thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. I'll see you next video. And don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered.